From an early age, I've looked up to the great figures of exploration and science. I was inspired by their curiosity, their courage, and their determination, confronting the unknown, charting new courses, pushing every boundary, physical, technical, scientific, to expand horizons for all mankind. It's not about breaking records or desiring accolades. It's about unlocking the mysteries of nature. That's what drove Jacques Piccard and Don Walsh in 1960 when they descended in the bathyscaphe Trieste to the bottom of the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench, almost 36,000 feet down. And that's what drove me 52 years later to follow in their footsteps, diving to the deepest place on our planet. I wanted to take up that torch and open up this new frontier for science. It took us 7 years to design, build, and test the Deep Sea Challenger, our exploration, submersible, and science platform. When you face a pressure of 8 tons per square inch, you metaphorically apply that same kind of pressure to yourself. But it's a positive pressure. It's one that fuels creativity and ingenuity and what I like to call group genius. This is our team of bold, brilliant, and unconventional individuals who worked tirelessly to achieve what we did. However crazy it might have seemed, I was compelled to dive down into some of the deepest ocean trenches in the world, because there's no true discovery without some measure of risk. But as explorers, we weigh those risks against the skill and intelligence of our team, and against the benefit to science. What I remember down there most vividly is the moment right after touchdown in the Challenger Deep, the deepest place on the planet. That feeling of absolute loneliness in this immense, barren, almost lunar landscape. I paused from my busy checklist just to take that in, to bear witness, as one tiny individual in all that ancient and unknown vastness that had never been seen before directly by human eyes. When I surfaced from my dive, almost 7 miles down, and the hatch opened, the first person I saw was Don Walsh. He welcomed me back from that amazing ride, one that he had experienced himself half a century before me. It was both moving and symbolic. It was not only a celebration of what we both had done half a century apart, it was a celebration of all the pioneers that came before us and all those who will come after. It was a celebration of that perpetual human spirit of exploration. And during the past 10 years, I've witnessed a growing number of expeditions and research projects conducted by the next generation of scientists who strive to know our world better, to understand more intimately and accurately how life originated and how we can sustain it. A global conscience has finally emerged that we need to cherish and protect this planet, our home. And you can't preserve what you don't understand. This is what my Rolex watch reminds me of whenever I look at it. That drive to explore, to understand and protect. It also reminds me of another watch, a bigger, more pressure-tolerant watch inspired by this one, a prototype that Rolex engineers created in an insanely short period of time to accompany me on my solo dive to the Challenger Deep. It took every bit of their creative energy, experience, and craftsmanship to design and engineer it from scratch in less than 8 weeks. And there it was, on the wrist of the sub's manipulator arm, ticking away happily 7 miles down.
Oh, I see the second hand going. Yeah, baby, we are good. We have us a working watch.
That prototype watch was a technological wonder, an homage to our pioneering spirit, a symbol of perseverance, and a proof that human genius is boundless. But it's not individual genius that propels us into the future. It's group genius, what we commit to and accomplish together.
When I'm in the oceans, I feel so happy because I'll be surfing with my friends.
I'm like a whole different person in the water.
A sense of joy, you feel free.
Everything goes all right when you enter the water.
Okay, my name is Sandile Cyril Kati. I'm a director of Surfers Not Street Children. I was born place called Umzumbe, south of Durban. Yeah, during apartheid days, it was difficult for us because even when you walk to the beach those days, you're not allowed to surf on the other side. If you walk there, the dog will bite you. They used to have dogs. So it was very difficult for us. And no one taught us how to surf. We learned to surf before we learned how to swim. Now it totally changed because that thing, it looked like it never happened before. And every kid is welcome to do whatever he wants these days. So, yeah, it's amazing.
I've known Cyril for a very long time. He's been at the highest level of a professional judge. So for him to be able to be here coaching the kids at a base level is something that kids can actually count on. You know, they're being headed in the right direction.
My name is Sisonke Ndumdum and I do coaching and I also do admin for Surfers Not Street Children. My introduction with Surfers Not Street Children started when I was still a kid. I worked my way up. Obviously started with coaching and then did admin as the years went by.
So when you start this program, Surfers Not Street Children, we came with different ideas because at first we moved close to the beach and then we've got access to those kids to use. Like we've got program each and every week. We're doing more nutrition, we're doing home visit, we're doing food parcel.
Having somebody that they can always look to for not only advice, but just somebody that lives with good morals and good values on a daily basis. And I think that's what Cyril and Sisonke do. They do a great job.
I'm Slindile Ngema. I'm a social worker at Surfers Not Street Children.
And Tekizoma Kapela. I'm the administrative at Surfers Not Street Children. We started out with a few girls, but with Lee's motivation and keeping it, our social worker, we have more girls now. You know, they even have like sleepovers, bonding sessions and stuff. Not that we are neglecting the boys. But, you know, the girls, they are much more fragile. They need a little bit of tender care.
Before we used to have maybe 1 or 2 girls learn to surf.
If a girl doesn't have something to eat or doesn't have anywhere to go, obviously if you're hungry, you're just going to agree to anything you have to agree to.
Surfing at the girls, it's really nice. Sometimes you get to teach them, sometimes I get to teach you.
Whenever I'm like not in a good place, I always opt to surfing because it calms me down, makes me feel better.
If you want to build a trust to these kids, show them love, bring that smile. Just be patient and then don't try to criticize what they're doing. So you have to be very polite to these kids because you don't know how much challenges they're facing in their lives. So today we're doing outreach. This is where we see our boys. Most of them, they're doing surfing and they're always there on the beach. Sometimes we bring those markers in and then we start to talk about surfing. And then while they're sniffing glue, like, hey guys, let's go and try this because you saw guys, they said, have you seen that guy on the beach yesterday? Yeah, I want to surf like that. That's why they're becoming inspired and then they try to learn to surf and then try to be involved.
Trying to get them addicted to a healthier side of a lifestyle with surfing, other than getting addicted to other substances on the streets.
So the ocean for these kids, it changes their lives and it empowers them in such a way that they get away from the street.
Surfing for them, it's like a rehab.
If you can change one person's life or one kid's life, that's really what it's about.
Surfers Not Street Children has brought many of us together as a family.
It teaches me to be a better person. Learn how to surf, learn how to swim.
It's helped the kids by not sleeping on the streets and doing bad things.
Just go in the water and you have a lot of people with you to help you to be a better you.
I have to keep the kids out of the street and obviously mentor them in a way that they actually able to build their lives.
Overall for us is to see the kids in a better future. Because most of the kids are facing a lot of challenges.
I'll never know what I'll be right now if I never started surfing.
This is where my soul comes from. I was a child of the street. Today, I'm the child of the sea. I'm a surfer, not a street child.
What does the Drakensberg mean to me? Well, in a word, it's widescreen. It's a cinematic landscape. It stretches from horizon to horizon. It's just huge. The mountains here are very distinctive. Their jagged peaks just pierce the horizon, and instantly you know you're in the Drakensberg because no other mountains in the world look like this. Everywhere you look, there's a great shot. The plant and animal life is amazing. I've just been stunned by the variety of birds, and there's such a sense of tranquility. It's just beautiful. The landscape seems untouched, but you look and there's rock art everywhere. It really makes me feel connected to the people who have lived here thousands and thousands of years before. But I think it's those wide open skies of the Drakensberg that will stay with me. That's what I'm going to remember.
April 7, 1994. Civil war erupts in Rwanda, a day after its leader and the president of Burundi are killed in a mysterious plane crash. In the months that follow, hundreds of thousands of minority Tutsis and Hutu intellectuals are slaughtered in the Central African country. 1927. An audience in New York witnesses the first successful long-distance demonstration of television in the United States. They see Commerce Secretary and future President Herbert Hoover in images transmitted via telephone lines from Washington. 1947. Auto pioneer Henry Ford, father of the Model T car and the modern assembly line, dies in Dearborn, Michigan at age 83. 1949.
I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair and send him on his way.
In New York, the Rodgers and Hammerstein musical South Pacific, starring Mary Martin, opens on Broadway. And 1915.
For you I cry, for you the only.
Billie Holiday, Lady Day, one of the great jazz and blues singers of all time, is born in Philadelphia. Today in history, April 7th. Ed Donahue, The Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,